You can't record inside the building.
I have a law right here. You want to take a look at?
First, you're going to have to step out for me.
Please don't touch me.
All right, then step out.
Don't touch me.
All right, so step out the facility.
Touch me.
All right, so step out the facility.
Hey, get off of me. Get off of me.
All right, now we can talk.
I'm getting my property.
In a concerning incident, an NYPD officer has been captured on camera attempting to delete a journalist's footage. The journalist had requested to speak with a supervisor but was disregarded. The officer accused the journalist of trespassing and initiated an arrest. However, the journalist argued that he had the right to record under New York State and city law. Despite the officer confiscating the journalist's phone, the journalist criticized the NYPD for violating constitutional rights and pledged to take legal action against the unlawful policies. The incident highlights the ongoing debate surrounding the freedom of the press and the accountability of law enforcement.
You can't record inside the building. I'm going to ask you to step out. First, you're going to have to step out.
I have a law right here. You want to take a look at?
First, you're going to have to step out for me.
Please don't touch me.
All right, then step out.
Don't touch me.
All right, so step out the
Don't
facility.
touch me.
All right, so step out the facility. Sir, right now you're trespassing.
Don't touch me.
Right now you're trespassing.
Hey, get off of me. Get off of me.
All right,
Get
now
off
we
of
can
me.
talk.
Get
now
off
we
of
can
me.
talk outside.
Read the law that says I have the right
we
to
can
do
talk
it.
outside. Now
You're
we
a law
can talk.
enforcement officer. Read the law. It's felony.
You wanted to talk. We can
I'm
talk.
going inside where I have the right to record. I do. I have the right to record.
All right, you're trespassing.
I'm not.
I'm actually leave, and you're refusing to leave.
I'm not trespassing.
Now you're not. Now you're not because you're outside. So
no, I'm not trespassing in a building that I pay for either.
So let's talk.
The journalist seeks to speak to a supervisor, but his request is dismissed. Despite asserting his right to record based on New York State and city law, the officer accuses him of trespassing and attempts to arrest him. The journalist's effort to engage with a higher authority goes unanswered, raising concerns about transparency and accountability within the police force. The incident highlights the ongoing struggle to protect citizens' constitutional rights to record law enforcement activities and calls for further examination of policies that may impede such rights.
You guys are
Have a good day, man. Coming through those doors. If he grabs those, he's trespassing. He's right inside. You got cuffs? You got cuffs? Put your hands behind your back.
Look at the law.
All right, so put your hands behind your back. All right, so put your hands behind your back.
I'm not resisting.
All right, good.
I'm not resisting.
All right.
There you go. Read this law, by the way. What am I arrested for?
Trespassing. I told you not to step into the police facility.
Don't take it. I'm not resisting.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll delete. I'll shut it off. He's allowed to record. My camera's still on, by the way.
Look, and the other one is coming.
It's fine. I'll talk to him too.
I'm not resisting.
I'm not telling you you're resisting. I'm checking your pockets in case you have
I'm
any.
just making sure that you know I'm not resisting. That's all. I'm not resisting at all.
You were looking for this.
I was looking for what?
This interaction.
I was looking for you to take away my freedom? Why would I want you to take away my freedom?
You can't come in. Don't come in.
Why would I want you to take away my freedom for?
You mind just getting out of here?
Yeah, I got you. Read the law. You don't like cameras, man? You don't like,
right?
You don't like transparency.
This property.
I have $1,900,000 for you, so please don't take my money.
Anything else?
You want to read that law? There's a law that says I'm being serious for you. But what I'm saying is, you arrested me on what? Go ahead. I'm arrested. I'm placed under arrest for what? For what? For what crime? No. For what crime? For trespassing. How does trespassing, officer, how does it supersede?
The officer accused the journalist of trespassing and tried to arrest him. However, the journalist vehemently argued that he had the right to record the encounter, citing New York State and city law. The officer went against the journalist's claims and even confiscated his phone in an attempt to delete the footage. This confrontation highlights the ongoing debate regarding the rights of individuals to record police interactions. It raises concerns about the infringement of constitutional rights and the need for transparency and accountability within law enforcement.
I got you. This is ridiculous. This is 100% ridiculous.
75 days.
I have a right to be in this building, just like anyone else has a right to be in this building.
There's also rules, you know. What you
the law?
Listen to me.
Sergeant,
Listen to me. Wait, let me talk. Listen.
I can't hear you.
Would you go to a library and call the ruckus?
I'm not causing ruckus.
Wait.
Peacefully
That's what
recording.
you're
That's not
doing. We're
causing a
telling you
ruckus.
to remove yourself from here.
For what reason? For what lawful reason?
Answer that question. Would you do that?
What lawful
Would you
reason?
go to a library and do that?
Sir, I came here with, you guys are law enforcement officers. I came here with a law.
All right.
I came here with a law
All right.
to show you, and you don't want to see the law. None of you.
but
1,
when you
2,
stop
3, 4,
recording.
5, 6
All right.
different law enforcement. I have a right to
refusing
record
to go forward?
by New York State and New York City law. New York State and New York City law gives me the right to record.
Yeah, but when they tell you and give you a law
No,
order,
it doesn't.
stop.
Read the law. It's laminated right there for you.
All right, fine.
The journalists involved in the incident received body camera footage as part of their criminal case. While reviewing the footage, they discovered an unidentified female officer saying, "Delete that blank."
Information to knowingly impersonate actual names and address to the police officer.
You have everything you need on my license right there.
I'm asking you, what's your name?
It's on my license. You're on ball. Right here. That's my name. Oh, right there on the driver's license. There's absolutely no reason for any of this. Zero. Zero reason for this.
What's your phone number?
You don't need my phone number. It's a spot on your paper. You don't need it. You need my name, date of birth, address.
Alright, so you're refusing to give a phone number.
You have my. You have
I don't
my
have your phone
information.
number. That's what I'm asking you. You're refusing.
You
to
don't
give your
need
phone
it.
number.
Is it a crime for me not to give
That's
you my
not what
number?
I'm asking you. I'm asking you, are you refusing?
Yes, I'm refusing to give you my phone number. You don't need it.
Alright, that's not what I asked.
The journalist expresses that this statement doesn't come as a shock, as it reflects the mentality of some officers who oppose public recording in police precincts. They assert that the NYPD has been violating constitutional rights and state and city laws for years.
Read New York City law. You know that, right?
You know how much you have?
It's $1,000 in
I'm just gonna count
cash.
in front of you again, alright? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000.
$1,000 in cash. Correct.
Alright, but alright, so
Look at the law, Sergeant. Sergeant, look at the law.
Sir, you heard I injured?
How are you?
Look at your law, sir.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm injured.
Do you need medical attention?
No, I don't need. He said no. He said no already. Sergeant, look at the law. I'm trying to tell you that there is a law.
Right, I don't need to
What
look at
am I
the law
being?
when-
I'm arrested for. Being arrested for trespassing.
11:20.
I want you to look at the law because it's very important. You are a law enforcement officer, Sergeant. You should really look at the law.
Determined to bring about change, the journalist pledges to use their power to abolish the unconstitutional and unlawful policy. They express gratitude for the support received and anticipate forthcoming federal and state lawsuits.
I did all I could to control myself.
Try me.
Yeah.
I'll knock you down like I knocked trees down all my life.
Get out of my way.
I'm telling you, I'll put you through the
Get
wall.
out of my.
I
That's
don't
all
give
I
a
care
damn.
about.
You and your
Yeah.
Constitution, you can stick it.
I did all I could to control myself.
Let me see. It is what it is. I'll fill in the blanks.
I could get arrested.
Yes, it's up to the court. You got physical with somebody that, for the most part, you really had no reason to be physical with.
I didn't want him going. I
Because he
wasn't
was
allowed
filming.
upstairs.
I know, but for
Yeah.
what? For what? He's filming. What is he doing? Why can't he go upstairs? It's a public building. It's City Hall, for Christ's sake.
The video reveals that Sergeant in question is accused of coaching the suspect and providing false information regarding the submission of an arrest warrant. The exact nature of the coaching is not explicitly stated in the provided text. However, it suggests that the sergeant may have been guiding or instructing the suspect on how to handle the situation or interact with law enforcement. Furthermore, the video implies that the sergeant may have lied about submitting an arrest warrant. The context surrounding this claim is unclear, as the specific details or reasons for the alleged arrest warrant are not provided. It remains uncertain whether the arrest warrant was necessary or if the sergeant's statement regarding its submission was accurate.
So why did you touch him?
He got right in my face. I didn't show. I was, like one of these things. I mean, he's letting you think I formed or something. But he
Well,
kept
no,
getting
I
my face.
saw the video.
Yeah.
You pushed him a couple times.
So I just, kind of, but he wanted to go upstairs, and I wasn't going to let him. We're supposed to, I was telling your sergeant, I said, that Les and Dean, they were supposed to give me forms. They want a form.
Someone needs to fill in for you. I need-
Put it on the desk.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll see you later because I gotta go to town.
Okay.
What time do they close tonight? You know? Yeah, so we're open till 6:30 tonight.
When do they close now?
So he kept getting in my face, and I didn't like it, I'll be honest with you. And I did all I could to control myself. I said, until we get these
why
forms.
did you even try and stop him from going upstairs?
Because I was told last night, I spoke to Dean and I talked to Les. They're supposed to have forms. As we speak right now, I think they're supposed to get, he has to fill out a form before he starts rolling the tape.
The police officer addressed the security guard, acknowledging their role in maintaining order within the building. They discussed the incident involving an individual who was filming and walking around in a public place. The officer emphasized that the situation did not warrant the use of physical force to restrain the person. Recognizing the issue at hand, the officer mentioned needing to review 20 minutes of video footage. They advised the security guard to contact the police immediately in similar situations without engaging in conversation with the individual.
You need to articulate why you used physical force in this. No matter how minor, whether it's just, a push or a light, I'm not going to do it to you because then I'm not going to use physical force on you.
But he gets in my, he forgot, I didn't go up there. He kept getting in my face.
Say that. Yeah, say that. And now be mindful that there is a video of the entire thing.
Yeah. Should we say it was 2 weeks ago when he was here, or 3 weeks? I don't know.
It doesn't, it's not
Can I do
important.
this alone? I'm trying to cry.
It's not important. Yeah, I can stand out here. Just make sure no one else comes in.
The police officer stressed that using physical force, regardless of its severity, should only be employed when absolutely necessary. They clarified that in the situation discussed, the person's actions of filming and walking around in a public place did not reach a level of disruption that would warrant any form of physical restraint. The officer emphasized the importance of exercising caution and avoiding the use of force unless it becomes absolutely unavoidable. Furthermore, they reminded the security guard about the existence of video evidence capturing the entire incident, highlighting the need for careful consideration and adherence to proper procedures.
Held my ground. I held my ground in the interest of
safety and city one.
All right, continue on the back. Yes. It's not finished yet. First of all, so you need to elaborate. After the last incident, right? After this is why I should have stayed in here and done it with you. After the last incident, you were instructed by who? Names. Who told you that no one is allowed to film in here unless they fill out this card that was never provided to you?
Told to
Do you
me
see what I'm saying? There's a big difference between you saying you're not allowed in here filming, leave, and then you getting in his way listen to me.
The individuals shared their experience, describing how they stood their ground amidst the tense situation. They emphasized feeling secure within the confines of the studio, ensuring their personal safety. The conversation continued and they requested further elaboration. They referred to a previous incident, mentioning that they had received instructions from someone, whose name they wanted to know, regarding the prohibition of filming in the area unless a specific card was filled out.
Can I see?
It's right all over the place. I get into now how he refuses to take cards. And then, it's like going down a one-way street.
639, 607.
Also, Mr. Reyes walked right around me and did not fill out the proper entry, proper forms when he came in.
The cops then tell the security guard to fill out the form properly.
So hopefully there's must sign it.
Okay, I know.
All visitors must sign it. It's everywhere. So we're gonna have stickers soon. Anybody recording must fill out a form.
I know. Well, I'm glad they did that so quickly since the last incident. Hopefully these guys go to bat for you too, in that they told you that you're supposed to stop anybody.
Hey, Sarah, I'm sorry right now.
And not for nothing.
Yeah.
Sergeant Acabel also clearly stated that Phil's actions constituted an assault or, at the very least, disorderly conduct. So why did Sergeant Jacobellis never write a warrant for Phil's arrest? Was it because they had a relationship prior to this incident? It seemed pretty obvious to the observer that Sergeant Acabel was helping Phil write a statement and that the situation became even more perplexing. Not only did Sergeant Jacobellis refrain from writing a warrant for Phil's arrest, but he ultimately wrote a warrant for the observer's arrest, who is currently on trial. Thus, the real question arises: who influenced Sergeant Jacobellis? Was it the president of the police union, Michael Farrell, who coincidentally arrested the Observer later that same day? Or perhaps it was someone at the state attorney's office, or even someone with significant influence in City Hall. It leaves one pondering if Sergeant Jacob Ellis is merely a two-faced tyrant. Unfortunately, the answers to these questions may remain forever elusive. However, what is known is that an innocent man who peacefully exercised his rights was threatened, assaulted, denied justice, and ultimately arrested. Here's our next investigation.
Police officers are charged with protecting the people, maintaining the law, and providing honorable and honest service to their communities. However, the repercussions can be severe and widespread when officers violate that trust and take part in corrupt practices. In this video, we'll look at several notorious instances of police misconduct and analyze how they affected society. So, let's get going. You've probably heard of police officers accepting bribes, but have you ever heard of the team's most popular officer being dishonest and carrying out his evil schemes in such a covert manner that not even his department is aware of it? So, how did he end up in custody? If you haven't heard of something similar, allow us to inform you that Sergeant Wayne Jenkins was a victim of it. A smart, crooked policeman. Sergeant Wayne Jenkins' eyes darted from screen to screen, sifting over the CTV footage in the dimly lit city headquarters of the Baltimore Police Department. 2015's that day saw streets filled with boiling rage. On the west side of the city, police officers were being attacked with bricks. Some were hurt. Jenkins hurried after them. In the midst of shouting, sirens, and buzzing helicopters, he seized a state prison department van and helped pull injured cops inside when it was near Druid Hill Park. He intervened in the conflict and instructed the detective to take them to the hospital. A drug-dealing bail bondsman was awoken from his slumber several hours later in a peaceful waterfront district 15 miles east of the city center. His supplier required the disposal of 2 garbage bags full of prescription medications stolen from people who had also robbed pharmacy. Fresh after his heroic deeds in West Baltimore, Jenkins showed up. He opened the trunk and carried the pills inside the garage. After the bondsman handled selling them, the police sergeant and the latter would split the proceeds. Wayne Jenkins was living 2 lives at a time. He was already well known for running aggressive street squads at the age of 34. Later, he was in charge of the prestigious Gun Trace Task Force, one of the Baltimore Police Department's most effective tools for combating violent crime. He also served as the commanding officer of a team of police officers who engaged in robberies and narcotics trafficking. Jenkins and 6 members of his gun task force were charged with federal racketeering in March 2017, which shocked Baltimore. Many robberies, extortion, and overtime fraud were all allegedly committed by a group of seasoned police officers. Following the shooting death of Freddie Gray, long-standing mistrust of the police among many Baltimore residents grew. But the breadth and depth of these accusations were astounding. The Gun Trace Task Force was well known within the police force for its accomplishments in seizing alleged drug dealers, their caches, and their illicit weaponry. Jenkins was developing a reputation as a policeman in the division whose aggressive approach got results. His reputation as a cowboy who broke big cases through a frenetic pace of citizen stops and occasionally supplied evidence pointing up a chain of drug dealers was generally positive among current and former police officers. Jenkins, who had been praised as a rising talent by department leadership and rank-and-file officers early in his career, was a leader with a remarkable flair for delivering the goods. For his assistance in the 2009 recovery of 41 kilograms of cocaine worth $1 million hidden in a man's truck at the time, it was touted as the largest cocaine seizure in the division's record. This was only one of Jenkins' numerous huge seizures. Did you know that Jenkins was awarded a Bronze Star for this huge achievement? Although it may seem strange, the Baltimore Police Department did not experience any instances of a police officer receiving both praise and criticism. In the world, Wayne Jenkins and his colleagues in plainclothes lived in success and wrongdoing were not mutually exclusive. In fact, they occasionally seemed to go hand in hand. A year-long investigation by the Baltimore Sun turned up warning signs that Wayne Jenkins wasn't a reliable policeman. His supervisors and others either failed to see the warning indications or choose to ignore them. Between 2006 and 2009, Jenkins was the subject of at least 4 lawsuits that claimed misconduct. 3 of them resulted in the plaintiff's victories, either as a result of jury verdicts or the city's decision to settle the case. The suits, however, had no internal repercussions for the police agency. Despite the lawsuits and subsequent video evidence from the squad's body cameras, Jenkins' supervisors did not review the arrests he was making. His legal defenses regularly failed in court, despite the fact that he was removing criminal suspects off the streets. 2014 saw the delivery of a surveillance video to the state's attorney's office in Baltimore's Police Integrity Division that seemed to show Jenkins perhaps putting drugs in a suspect's car. Authorities investigated the matter and even presented evidence to a grand jury, but finally determined that there wasn't enough proof to warrant an indictment. The same video reportedly led to a rare police department disciplinary probe against Jenkins, who was accused of misbehavior internally in 2015. This information comes from a copy of the case file that the Sun reviewed. The investigators proposed Jenkins be demoted and placed on paid leave, according to the department's then Internal Affairs Chief, Daryl DeSouza, who was the deputy commissioner at the time, allegedly intervened to halt the penalty. DeSouza denies remembering the encounter, despite having later served as a commissioner and currently being in jail on federal tax charges, before being named in 2016 to lead the Gun Trace Task Force, one of the most recognized plainclothes teams in the police. These allegations of misconduct were made while Jenkins was serving in a number of plainclothes units, a long time before he was appointed. It is hardly surprising that Jenkins' greatest crimes, drug trafficking and robberies, were able to flourish in Baltimore's tolerant plainclothes culture, even if they seem to have been kept secret. These devices regularly operated unattended. They were free to hold and release suspects, as well as develop informants. They sometimes discreetly stepped over the line from aggressive policing to violating civil rights. When Jenkins first started stealing is unknown. In 2011, his first theft was reported. By the time his criminal career had completely taken off, it had already involved high-profile robberies and break-ins, and he was making over $170,000 per year, in part due to overtime fraud. To learn more about their activities, the Sun obtained thousands of pages of court records, dozens of body camera recordings, hundreds of emails from the police department, and a small number of internal files. A reporter also viewed court case recordings pertaining to the arrests of the cops. Over 50 people were questioned, including victims, prosecutors, defense attorneys, and current and former police officers. Jenkins allegedly robbed some of the defense attorneys' clients. According to some of the attorneys, the bulk of his co-workers, including the police and prosecutors, told the Sun they were not aware that he and his policemen were involved in any illicit behavior. A drug associate alleged that Jenkins had been gathering narcotics off the street and profiting from their illicit sale for years before he was finally found guilty following an FBI investigation. Prior to joining the Gun Trace Task Force in 2016, some of his colleagues have also acknowledged stealing after an FBI investigation into the unit revealed the crimes committed by the GATF, Jenkins, and a number of other team members were taken into custody by federal agents. In June 2018, Jenkins was sentenced to 25 years in federal prison after entering a guilty plea to charges of racketeering, robbery, and record-keeping fraud. Corrupt police officers damage the reputation of their fellow officers who obey the law and honorably and devotedly serve their communities. They damage the reputation of the entire police force and make it harder for honorable officers to carry out their duties efficiently. The integrity of the judiciary and law enforcement is threatened by corruption, an immoral and unlawful practice. In addition to breaking the law, corrupt police officers damage the public's faith by taking bribes, covering up crimes, or employing excessive force. Furthermore, dishonest police officers can cause harm to innocent people by infringing on their civil rights, making false arrests, and acting abusively. This can result in erroneous convictions, the demise of the rule of law, and a loss of confidence on the part of the general people in the competence of the legal system to uphold their rights and interests. Public safety is compromised, and the rule of law is weakened by corrupt police officers. They undermine public trust in the police and foster an atmosphere of impunity where criminals feel free to act without consequence because they know that some police officers can be purchased or intimidated. What conclusions have you drawn from Jenkins' tale? Do you have any additional examples of dishonest police officers who were punished? If so, please tell us in the comments section.